Because I'm happy all alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy all alone if you feel like happiness is true.
Darby the dolphin lived in the crystal clear waters around the Mentawai Islands near Indonesia. Life at Darby was not always happy, Mackle. He was often picked on and bullied because his tail was different to the other dolphins. He didn't have any dolphin friends until he met a new dolphin called Finn. Finn had heard that Darby was one of the raddest surfers around. Darby and Finn became great friends. They surfed together all the time. Without Darby knowing, Finn entered him into a surf competition.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with safari. Yeah, safari.
On the day of the comp, Finn said to Darby, "Let's go for a surf. It's pumping." When they got there, Darby's name was being called out for the first heat. Darby surfed in the heat and won. Finn was stoked, but Darby was still nervous. Darby shredded all day, but came up against the worst bully from school in the final. How could he beat the super cool Tom? Darby carved up his rival in front of a huge crowd, who were chanting his name by the end of the final. Darby had never felt so special in all of his life, and he owed it all to his best mate, Finn. Little did Darby know, but pro surfer Simon Anderson was watching from the beach and got his idea of putting 3 fins on a surfboard. He was responsible for the invention of the first tri-fin thruster surfboard and called it the Darby. The end.
Perhaps the most famous pop artist of all, Andy Warhol was born in Pittsburgh, United States, studying at the Carnegie Institute of Technology. Andy worked as a commercial illustrator before making his own pop art works representing household objects such as soup cans and Brillo pads. He also screen printed photographs of famous people and celebrities like Marilyn Monroe, often with repeats of the same image in bright colours.
Have you had your soup today? Campbell's, of course. Campbell's, of course.
Campbell's Soup Cans 1962. This particular artwork consists of 32 canvases. Each of these canvases show a Campbell's soup can. All of these cans are the different varieties of soup that the company offered at that time. He uses the same tone, line, texture and shape on all 32 canvases in this artwork to make it look like a duplication.
Breakfast or for lunch, for dinner or for brunch. Once a day, every day at soup. Campbell, have you?
This version of the soup cans doesn't show much variation in colour. Each canvas produces the same colour as the 31 other canvases. Although this artwork produces the same bland colours, Warhol created other versions of the soup cans, one being a pop-up version with many different bright colours.
Remember, you get twice the shine in half the time with new Brillo soap pads.
Andy Warhol was looking for something to paint or draw, so he asked a friend. This friend suggested he choose something that everybody recognised like Campbell's soup. In a flash of inspiration, Warhol raced to the supermarket and bought some soup cans and began to trace projections onto a canvas. While at the supermarket, he was inspired by the design on a box of Brillo pads. Andy Warhol is famous for his work in the pop art world. His art has many forms of media, painting, hand drawing, silk screening, printmaking, photography, sculpture, film and music. Andy Warhol was trying to show the society a new style of art, now known as pop art. He was trying to tell the world that many differences can be made in art, and he wanted the world to accept pop art. He tried to influence the idea of popular culture through a new form of art called pop art.
Imagine there's no heaven.
When Andy Warhol created his art, he used the method of silkscreen printing as the basis of his drawing. But he soon realised that it was possible to use photographs as the basis for a silkscreen print. This method resulted as a much sharper, but not too sharp image that Warhol really liked. He would use materials such as acrylic paint and silkscreen ink on a canvas. The end.